factual statistics as well as comparisons of, compared to our other make and models that we compete against, like the Audi Q5 as well as the BMW X3. I'd like to bring your attention to the Moroni sticker. The Moroni sticker simply identifies all your standard features that are located on this vehicle and any additional options that are put on the vehicle either by the manufacturer or at the dealer port itself. The MPG will reflect that this vehicle gets about 23 miles per gallon in the city, up to 27 miles per gallon on the highway. Now we have an overall crash rating of 5 stars. Now what does that mean? That means that Volvo has met every specifications by the government as well as insurance companies to identify this vehicle as one of the safest on the road. In fact, we have our commitment to the public by 2020, zero fatalities and no one seriously injured in a Volvo vehicle. That's a strong commitment, and I'll give you a reason as to why they've been able to come out with that commitment based on the structure and integrity of the car as well as the technology that's on the vehicle. Bring your attention to the addendum sticker. The addendum sticker is simply a dealer sticker that's added onto the vehicle. It identifies the MSRP, the manufacturer suggested retail price, and any additional add-ons by the dealership itself. Dealerships add on Resistol as well as VTR, which is a vehicle theft protection. The Resistol is simply where it protects the paint exterior of the vehicle from fading, tree sap, bird droppings, etc. Anything that's going to do harm environmentally to your exterior, it will protect against that. That's super important for you because we live in a harsh environment. On the inside of the vehicle, it will protect your leather as well as your carpet from hard stains such as makeup, lipstick, any drinks that are colored drinks. It's going to protect the interior of the vehicle from that as well. As we come around the sophistication of this vehicle, it has been extended out about 2.3 inches in length. So it's longer than its predecessor, which came out in 2010, stayed the same until 2017. We redesigned it with a new SPA platform, which is a scalable platform that we can actually take our models into the future, where we can extend them out, widen them, or either shorten the frame and keep the same platform that the car sits on today. When we come around, you're going to see your Thor headlights. These are our signature headlights that we now have on all Volvos. The Thor headlights gives you basically LED lighting, and it gives you a wider span of light as you're traveling down the road, so you have better visibility at nighttime. Now, a lot of people know Volvo for safety, but they don't know what goes into making a vehicle safe. So back in 2000, Volvo purchased their own crash testing facility. That crash testing facility cost Volvo $81 million. And basically what that facility is, it's a 2-tunnel facility that is movable. So they can basically recreate every crash scenario that's out there that's possible. So they have a team of investigators that actually within a 100-mile radius that will go out to any accident that takes place within that crash testing facility, and they collect data. So how that car survived, how the passenger survived in the accident, and then they collect the data and take it back to that crash testing facility and they recreate that crash. So when you think about the commitment that they have, it's because a lot of research has gone into Volvo vehicles to make them the safest vehicle on the road. In fact, insurance companies recognize Volvo as a safe vehicle. You're going to have anywhere between a 20 to 25% insurance premium savings on your insurance simply for driving a Volvo vehicle. I'll bring your attention to the IntelliSafe system. That's part of some of that technology that Volvo has created. The IntelliSafe system is simply camera detection, laser detection, radar detection. So this vehicle, as you're driving down the road, monitors everything that's in front of you. Now, why is that important to you? 95% of accidents are due to distracted drivers. So when you're distracted texting on your phone and not paying attention to the road, you now have a vehicle that is watching out for you as you're driving down the road that will bring your car to a complete stop to avoid that collision. Not only with cars, but pedestrians, large animal detection, and also the cars and people and bicycles. People that are riding bicycles, so they can put in the system all these images. So the cameras are monitoring everything that's in front of you, and as you're driving down the road, if it picks up those images, traveling between 5 and 31 miles per hour, this car has a braking system that will bring your car to a full stop to avoid that collision with those objects. We also have our world first. The world first is our runoff road protection system. The runoff road protection system is simply monitoring and in conjunction with the camera detection system that the Volvo has. So it monitors the lanes that you're traveling within, and if it senses that you're traveling over the lines, it will actually steer your car back into the lane so you can keep a straightforward motion and stay within the lanes that you're traveling. It also, the runoff road protection, what it does on the inside to protect you, because 25% of your fatalities happen due to the car running off-road. So when you get into a run-off-road situation, the chances that you're going to become one of those statistic fatalities is up to 25%. So the seat itself will actually, the seatbelt will lock you into place. So when you do run off-road and you remake contact with the ground, you're going to be locked into your seat position, and then also the seat will collapse on that force, so you do less harm to your spine. So they not only have thought about the structural integrity of the car, but they've also put technology inside the vehicle that's going to provide the maximum protection for you in the event that something should happen, because things do happen. As we come around to the passenger side, we have our first where you actually will roll down your windows. You can press your key fob. Now, a lot of people have this technology, the Acuras, the BMWs, the Mercedes. But the difference between the Volvo vehicle is that when you actually roll down your windows by pressing your key fob and holding the key fob, it rolls down your windows, and then basically what it would do would actually blow the hot air out of the vents. No other car does that. So it blows the hot air out of the vents prior to you actually getting in the car and engaging your engine, so you don't have that flush of hot air hitting you in your face. We also have our world first, well, it's not the world first, but it's part of that our Volvo call system. The Volvo call system is basically where you can actually download an app on your phone, and with that app, you basically can remote start your car. Say you're coming in on a plane, and you want to cool off your car. Make sure that your temperatures are set in a cooling position prior to you leaving. When you come back, you can remote start your car from your phone prior to actually getting to your vehicle. Now, why is that important? A lot of remote starts on your key fob. That's based on proximity. So when you have to be within a certain range of your car in order to start your engine. With the app on our phone, you can actually be in another state and start your engine. And so when you're coming in on your flight, you can actually start your engine just by simply pressing remote start on your phone. It also gives you a lot of other features to where you can actually put your navigation and send it to your car prior to you getting into the vehicle. So some of that technology has made it basically for convenience, but as well as some of the safety technology that goes into the Volvo as well. As I get around to the side over here, we have our turn signals that are also located on the mirrors, and the door headlights give you a wider span so people can see you from the side, just in the event that you're at an intersection you want to cross over. We have our IntelliSafe system. The IntelliSafe system is basically a tablet. So the IntelliSafe system is simply it's like a tablet within inside the car. The only other vehicle that's going to have that technology on it would be the Tesla. And so with that, it makes it user-friendly, very functional for the passengers. Everyone's getting rid of the knob control, so now you basically have a tablet within your car because the technology allows for that. We also have Apple and Android CarPlay. The Apple and Android CarPlay, with some of our competitors, basically have that technology as well, but with Volvo, it's a standard feature, so it's not something that you pay for. For example, with BMW, they charge you about $300 for that package, and then they charge you $80 per month for the subscription, which is Volvo is complimentary, no charge to you. Our warranty up under the vehicle, you're going to have basically a 2.0 four-cylinder engine. You have 316 horsepower with 295 pounds of torque. It is an 8-speed transmission. There's really no reason to raise the engine on the good area because every engine is very similar. Our warranty, our limited factory warranty covers the Volvo for 4 years up to 50,000 miles, and Volvo also gives you complimentary scheduled maintenance for 3 years, 36. BMW gives you some scheduled maintenance for their time frame, and Audi will also. Our turning diameter radius is going to be best in our class with the Audi Q5 as well as the BMW X3. We have a 37.4 turning radius. Audi's going to have about a 38.4 turning diameter, and BMW will have a 39.4 turning diameter. Now, why is that a benefit to you? Here in Hawaii, there's a lot of tight spots. There's a lot of small areas that you have to maneuver in and out. So with having a great turning diameter, our car has the best turning diameter within the class of vehicle, so you can maneuver in and out of those spots conveniently. Okay? The integrity of our vehicle, part of the vehicle is designed to crumple up. The front part of the car is a deformative structure. And then we get back to our safety cage. I point this out to you because once again, the safety and reliability that allow Volvo to come out with a 0 fatalities and no one seriously injured in the Volvo is that we use about 40% overall weight of boron steel within our vehicle. Now, what is boron steel? Boron steel with carbon atoms. So what they do is that they heat that steel up to about 900 degrees, up to 900 to 1600 degrees, and they form and shape it and stamp it all at the same time, which makes it a super steel. In fact, it's about 6 times stronger than any other steel that's manufactured in cars today. Okay? So when you get back to the crumple zone form, this area right here is designed to crumple up, so the force of the impact. When it gets back to the safety cage, it stops that force from being transferred into the passenger area into the front of your family. So 40%, you have to ask yourself, do you want to be safe or do you want to be half safe? And the Volvo always full safety. Okay? Also, we have our whiplash protection system. The whiplash protection system is simply part of the side impact protection system. Volvo has put a lot of time and effort not only to make the vehicle safe, but also inside the vehicle. You understand it's very stylish and it's also very sophisticated in design. So it keeps us in our competitive market with the European market cars that are out there today. All our features, apples to apples, Volvo is going to be the most affordable European car that comes to the American market. As we come around to the back of the vehicle, we have our first as well on rear end collision warning. So we have a rear collision warning protection system. So as the car is approaching you from the rear, there's a couple of things that's going to take place. This is part of the whiplash protection system. These lights are going to flash at the oncoming vehicle to let you know, hey, I'm here, so slow down. But say, for God forbid, the car doesn't slow down and it hits you from behind. There's a couple of things that are going to take place inside that vehicle prior to that car impact. First, it's going to tighten up the seatbelt. It's going to lock you into position. Our seatbelts are designed to give, with impact, to actually cradle your spine and to cradle your body. So therefore, when that car hits you, the force is going to put your brakes on, tighten up your seatbelt, and the seat is going to brake with the impact and cradle your spine. Now, the way that our seats are designed, they're actually, you can look at our headrest. Now, in Volvo, we don't call it a headrest. It is a headrest shrink. The way that seat is designed is going to lower up to 50 to 52% of the neck and back impact. How have they done that? Volvo basically did a study with orthopedic doctors back in 1960 how to develop the competency, but also the safety. And they went to the Chalmers University in Gothenburg, Sweden, and they used orthopedic doctors as well as muscular doctors to develop the Volvo seat. So it is one of the most comfortable seats that you will ever sit in. And I will demonstrate also some of the safety technology in real life time frame while we're out on the test drive. So world first in our runoff road protection system, and we also have our first in the rear collision warning system. We also have our first in driver alert system. So when you're driving down the road, you're on the main lane, you're taking a long road trip, this car will actually monitor your driving habits. So if you drift into the right lane too many times, once again with that lane assist departure, the car will actually come up and give you a warning. It basically tells you, hey, you're falling asleep or something's going on. So the car is monitoring you driving, and if you drift into the lane too many times, it'll come up and give you a warning. The lights will flash, you get a bang, and then it actually will put your closest rest stop to your location automatically in your navigation system, so you know how far you have to travel to get to that rest stop. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, world first comparisons with the turning diameter, also all of the world first safety features that are on the Volvo vehicle, helps us come out with our 2018 XC60, and it is the safest vehicle in its class for 2018. So what we'll do is we'll take it on a test drive. I'd like to demonstrate some of that technology for you, have you strap yourself in the seat, and make a copy of your driver's license, and I will be right back. I'd like you to experience it as a passenger, and then we'll switch out on the road so you can experience all the technology as we're coming back as a driver.